Honorable Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit condemns the assassination of a political figure in Venezuela. 292 students will graduate from the Dominica State College on Thursday, and the 2014 A-level Island Scholar has been revealed. Thank you for joining us on another edition of National Focus. I'm Mervin.
And I'm Kimani. Stay with us for details of the headline stories and others after this.
A lot of bathtubs are blamed for bruises. Some staircases are accused of being responsible for broken bones. Doors are occasionally viewed suspiciously as causing lesions. A high percentage of tables are accused of producing bleeding or trauma. Violence against women is a crime, and it's everyone's responsibility. It's inexcusable. If you're a victim or witness of physical or psychological violence or abuse, seek help and denounce the perpetrator.
Thank you for staying with us. The Honorable Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit has condemned the assassination of a political figure in Venezuela. The Dominican leader signed a condolence book at the Venezuelan embassy on Wednesday and reacted to the recent assassination in Caracas of a member of parliament from the ruling United Socialist Party. On October 1, 2014, Robert Serra, a young lawyer and legislator, was brutally murdered in his home along with his partner Maria Herrera.
I'm here to express again my condolences to the government and people of Venezuela on the clear attack on the people of Venezuela by the assassination of this young legislator. It is in fact a terrorist act, and it is something which all of us in this world, all right-thinking people, should condemn, because it has happened in Venezuela today. It may very well be one of our countries. And it is all an effort to destabilize the government of President Maduro, to undermine the tremendous efforts of the government and people of Venezuela in its continued march towards its absolute independence from any hegemonic empire. We in Dominica and in the Labour Party, we stand in total and absolute solidarity with the government of President Maduro, the people of Venezuela, and the United Socialist Party of Venezuela in condemning this act of terrorism on the people of Venezuela.
The condolence book was also signed by Dominica's ambassador to Venezuela, His Excellency Philbert Aaron, and the General Secretary of the Dominica Labour Party, Edward Regist. Meanwhile, the Dominica leader also reaffirmed his government's solidarity with the Venezuelan government, led by His Excellency the President, Nicolas Maduro.
Every single international institution has declared that the elections were free and fair. The courts in Venezuela declared the elections to be free and fair. The people of Venezuela have accepted the elections to be free and fair. But there are some who do not reside in Venezuela and who have no real interest in Venezuela outside of its natural resources, who believe that the government of President Maduro is not a properly instituted government. But we in Dominica will continue to stand in solidarity with Venezuela. We stand in solidarity with them through the Petro-Caribbean arrangement, through the ALBA arrangement. And of course, we voted for Venezuela at the UN to become a non-security member of the UN Security Council.
Construction work on the first phase of the Roseau River Promenade project should be completed by the end of next week. This was confirmed on Tuesday by owner and manager of George Trucking and Excavation Services, George Nathan. That phase of the project involves the construction of a 45-meter wall on the northern bank of the Roseau River.
We have an additional 10-meter to stick to that point, but because we need to cut away the material, we're using that section for the road. So when we finish cut away, we will come to that point.
Nathan says the project will be completed way ahead of the proposed completion date.
We had a time frame for that project for 3 months, and we just finished our second fortnight, and then just watch our progress. So that should speak for itself.
The project has created employment for over 30 individuals from Roseau and the environs.
Every day we had 2 or 3 people coming to us for work and saying, I'm from Roseau, I'm from Pottersville. So I reached a maximum of 35 people here employed. Time, steel, helper, just put them somewhere just to make sure they get something to do, because I could see the need.
Marisa Toussaint, an intern with the National Employment Program, is currently employed on the project.
I'm in the office, I tally everybody that come to work and what time they leave work. It's like when the trucks and them come and they certain stuff, I do the tally for all of those also.
She told GIS News on Tuesday that she is proud to be employed on the project.
Certain guys out there, they don't really like working, and I mean, some of us women have to show them what we can do, what they don't like doing, we can do it also.
So Mervin, it's great news that the Roseau River Promenade project will be completed ahead of schedule, well, the first phase. But I think what really strikes me about this story is this interview with Marisa Toussaint. And she's part of the National Employment Program. I think that program is such an interesting program, and they seem to be everywhere.
Yeah, because when I heard of that, I said, the NEP again. It seems that everything you do these days, everywhere you go, the NEP, there are some young persons or even old persons, as a matter of fact, involved in some area, some project, and when you ask a few questions, say, yeah, I'm part of the National Employment Program. And to think that this program has gotten so much flack from the opposing side, and you look around, even sometime, just recently, over 90 persons, as a matter of fact, from the Caribbean territory got part of the NEP.
Yeah,
so at the end of the day, I mean, what negative can you really say about the NEP?
Yes, and we must applaud the government of Dominica, because I think it's just a brilliant effort. It's a brilliant job, and the NEP, it's so creative in the way that it provides employment for the young people, and as we said, even some older persons as well. But for persons who are skilled, for persons who are university graduates, it just, and with the different components that they're doing now with the community, different community projects and so on, it's just so creative in the way that employment is being provided for young persons in Dominica, giving them the necessary experience that they need, giving them the opportunity to have an income, and also giving them the opportunity to have a permanent job, because many of the young persons employed under the National Employment Program will be absorbed into the national workforce. They have already been absorbed. Yes.
For example, there are persons out there who go to study, for example, and they come back here and they have the degrees. Before the NEP, a lot of them, they have degrees and they end up working on jobs that persons do rarely need degrees, quote unquote.
Right.
But at the end of the day, they come now, the NEP is there, they can apply to the NEP, and at the end of the day, they can say, okay, we'll put you in these institutions, and you get some experience, because you go to study and you have this document, but at the end of the day, you need some experience.
Right.
And you go there, you perform well, and your work speaks for itself. This will say, okay, you know what, that person has been doing quite well. I'll absorb them into the system. So that's to me, at the end of the day, there's no
negative
ifs and buts about it. The NEP is working.
Yes, okay? Definitely.
In more news, Honorable Minister for Health Julius Timothy is currently attending the Council of Health Ministers meeting in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The meeting is very important as ministers will discuss a comprehensive strategy to help mitigate emerging viral diseases, particularly chikungunya and Ebola. Various regional and international agencies will be engaged to develop strategies to combat the spread of these diseases. The ministers will also discuss the World Pediatric Project and explore the possible expansion of the project to serve more children in the OECS. The annual work programs of the OECS Pharmaceutical Procurement Service will also be discussed. OECS Director General Dr. Didacus Jules is also expected to address that meeting.
The government of Dominica is a key supporter of the efforts of the Dominica Cancer Society. This is according to Cancer Care Coordinator and PRO of the Society, Vina Roye.
If I were to single out, I would say our biggest partner is the Prime Minister. Because when I have a need that I cannot handle, I go to him. And the Ministry of Health play their part. They play their part by giving assistance to the persons who have to go out for radiation whenever we call on them. But the Prime Minister's office have given us sums of money that have really helped us. Had it not been for that, for many of those patients, we have sent about 20 persons, about 4 batches of persons out, 4 or 5 batches of persons out. And each time we send between 3 and 5 people out for treatment. And a few times, maybe more than half the times, when we cannot meet the amount, or the persons cannot meet the amount, we have to resort to asking him, and he comes through for us very, very much.
According to Roye, the Prime Minister has seen to it that about $50,000 has been made available to date to facilitate mostly breast cancer patients who require traveling to Guyana for radiotherapy. The Cancer Care Coordinator also expressed gratitude to the Cancer Society's corporate donors.
I want to thank the many business houses that make donations to us. I cannot start calling names, but there are quite a number of them who will call us up and give $1,000 and give $5,000, and all of it in aid of the persons who are seeking medical attention.
The Society has sanctioned a Pink Day this Friday in observance of Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
With over 1,300 registered vehicles on the island from October 2013, Assistant Superintendent of Police Richmond Valentine says traffic control has been and continues to be an essential element in the management of the World Creole Music Festival. Assistant Superintendent Valentine listed parking restrictions implemented to facilitate emergency departments and the patrons from the convergence of vehicles.
There will be no parking on either side of Valley Road from where it intersects with Bath Road to the Bath Estate Bridge. Either side of Boyd's Avenue from where it intersects with Bath Road and close to the Public's Union Building. Either side of the Link Road, either side of Bath Road from the junction to Kings Hill, to the western gate of the Botanical Gardens. That's for no parking. One side or one lane parking. On the western side of Independence Street from the junction of River Street to Bath Road. On the western side of Bath Road from the Gardens southwestern gate to Cork Street. On the northern side of King George V Street from Dame Eugenia Charles Boulevard to Bath Road. On the western side of Great George Street from King George V Street to Riverbank. On the northern side of Hillsborough Street from Bath Road to the Dame Eugenia Charles Boulevard. On the southern side of Cork Street from Bath Road to the Dame Eugenia Charles Boulevard. On the northern side of River Street from its junction with Bath Road to Old Street. On the western side of Victoria Street from Suki's gas station to the roundabout near Fort Young Hotel.
He indicated that free parking provisions have been made available on the northern and southern sides of Rose Street north of the ministerial building, which will provide for in excess of 100 vehicles. No entry will be permitted on Bath Road from its junction to Cox Street. There will also be no entry on Kennedy Avenue, where it intersects with the Independence Street. Restrictions have also been placed on vending in the following areas.
There will be no vending, absolutely no vending on Bath Road from Cox Street to Victoria Street and the Link Road. No vending on that portion of road as from Kennedy Avenue, from Bath Road to Independence Street. So on Kennedy Avenue from Bath Road to Independence Street, no vending. On the portion of road from Hillsborough Street, from Bath Road to Independence Street. So both streets, Hillsborough Street from the intersection of Bath Road to Independence Street, no vending. On the Stadium Link Road from River Street to Valley Road.
The general public is asked to adhere to the traffic arrangements in an effort to see an incident-free 18th World Creole Music Festival.
In other news, 292 students will graduate from the Dominica State College on Thursday. 278 will have their associate's degree conferred on them, of which 27 will graduate with honors. Students from all 4 faculties will bid farewell to the college, including 201 from the Faculty of Arts and Sciences, 38 from the Faculty of Applied Arts and Technology, 27 from the Faculty of Health Sciences, and 12 from the Faculty of Education. Dr. Byron Winston, a graduate of the Clifton Dupini Community College, will deliver the feature address. His Excellency President of Dominica, Charles Savre, and Mrs. Savre, Honorable Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit, and the Speaker of the House of Assembly, Alex Boyd Knights, are expected to attend Thursday afternoon's ceremony.
The results of the 2014 Cambridge A-level examinations are now out. On Tuesday, the Ministry of Education hosted a press conference where it was revealed that Leah Dodds is the Island Scholar for this year. Dodds, out of a field of 42 who wrote this year's exams, produced 3 A's and 1 C. Shania John came in second with 1 A, 2 B's and a C. Obi Joseph completed the list of the island's top 3 with 1 A, 1 B and 2 C's. The island's Minister for Education described those results as outstanding.
These 3 young ladies have distinguished themselves among the students of Dominica. And today we have these 3 with us. And you have the distinction of being the top performers at this year's Cambridge A-level examinations. This, to my mind, is an outstanding achievement, and I really want to congratulate each of you personally. You have worked hard for this moment, and I can only wish you the best as you move to build a brighter future for yourself and your families.
This was Dodd's response to the award.
This is an honor, I must say, and I do feel honored right now in your presence. To begin with, very often it's just protocol to acknowledge God when you giving thanks, right? But today I can stand here and proudly say that this is not just merely protocol when I say that all my thanks and praise belongs to Jesus Christ, my Lord and personal Savior. He is the one who encourages me. He's the one who is there with me at night when no one is there, everybody's in their bed sleeping. He's the one who encourages me with his word. And I just want to say thank you to God for being there, for encouraging me, for raising me, and for giving me the brains, the skills, and the motivation to be here today.
Dodds went on to thank her parents, the Dominica State College for quality lecturers, and the government of Dominica, the education minister, and the A-level support program for seeing the importance of such an experience. Acting Registrar, the Dominica State College, Dennis Edwards, used the occasion to affirm that the institution is aware of its role in the education landscape of the island.
As Dominica's premier post-secondary institution, we do not take lightly the trust that the Dominican society has placed in us to carry out our mission to provide leadership in the area of personal and national development through quality education. We recognize that learners have choices, and we take our responsibility seriously when they choose to entrust their personal development into our care. The A-level support program is evidence that we provide opportunities for values, education, discipline, and training. One of our stated goals is to provide services that will enable the students to make meaningful contributions to the development of the community and become useful members of the national, regional, and global societies.
Back in 2012, Leah Dodds was a top performer at the CSEC exams, earning 10 ones.
And that's the English segment of the news. McPherson St. Luce comes next with Creole highlights.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non moins, c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, moun qui vivent en diaspora et puis vous voulez mener pour douer ou entrer pays là, et spécialement en temps indépendant, c'est posé obtenir un permis en division agricole. Si l'on chef département quarantine vers un ansem, division là qui prend toute précaution à la manière pour protecter le pays en fait maladie.
Pour toi avec nous, ou ça aller website gouvernement avec nous forme là où ça fait une application so qui plein ça online avec ou qui email liba nous avec nous qui do comment ça mène avec nous qui fax en premier ba so ça nous le dit pays ani loi dit how can mène pitin agricole en pays ou besoin permis. So encore nous ca inviter tout le monde pour venir pour indépendance nous avec sous ca mener plan avec viande bagay pour email nous qui est nous ou ça taper ça en le website gouvernement nous ni permis nous là application pour permis avec faire bagay là comment aussi poser faire. Nous parler où venir nous ka venir Dominique ou venir en pays pour nous prendre bagay là en les ports. So avant ou venir nous ka dire pour email nous qui est nous nous ke ba misi à comment ça mène nous parler embarrassé en les ports. Il n'y a pas de monde qui a dit mon ka venir en pays mon so mon ça mène ça m'en vle. Non, pays a une loi. Pour nous les faire ça parce que il est malade nous pas ni nous les péchés au
Alors, nouvel département qui a une responsabilité pour le traitement d'un, trapé assistance au parou et puis gouvernement Dominique pour lancer un manuel. Manuel ça là qui a servi comme guide pour officier santé d'un, lancé semaine passée. Dr. Aideline Jones, c'est chef département d'un Dominique.
Parou aide-nous financièrement pour payer consultant pour mettre les documents ça là ensemble. Parce que si on prend le temps, nous passons à ce document. Nous commençons depuis en 2011, mais nous tenons pour certains bagages pas arrangés bien, nous pour vivre. So, on prend le temps, so, nous payons mon salaire. Et puis, gouvernement aussi, mais ils aidé pour printer le document là. C'est le gouvernement qui a payé pour faire ça. So, parents assistent nous et puis ils nous technical support pour mettre les documents ensemble.
Alors, nouvelle, le ministère de l'Éducation lance le résultat et level pour Dominique l'année 2014. Le résultat là présenté par le ministère de l'Éducation, Honorable Peter Saint-Jean, pendant la conférence média mardi. Les Dodds, un ancien étudiant de l'école Marcel Rousseau, sont en tête. Dodds sortait à tête sur le résultat Université Cambridge. En deuxième position, c'était Shania John et puis troisième position, Obi Joseph. Dodds tapait Guad C en Maths et en Chemistry et puis Biology. Et puis l'autre est en General Paper. Deuxième position, Shania John tapait C en Maths, B en Economics et puis Business Studies et puis A en General Paper. Troisième position, Obi Joseph tapé C en Mathematics, B en Physics, C en Biology et puis A en General Paper. Si le ministre de l'Éducation, Honorable Peter Saint-Jean, ces trois étudiants sont là distinguished en parmi étudiants en Dominique. Ministre Saint-Jean, en compliment et once étudiants là, aussi fait parole que le gouvernement Dominique a suivi régulation ka konsine examinasyon sa la. Et puis finalement, Festival Créole Mondial ka recevoué autant succès pour 18 l'année il ka existé. Parole cela sorti officier Festival Comité Leroy Wadix Charles, si l'homme Mr. Charles, bagay qui autant significant l'année salam, ces affaires ou là en professeur au Trinidad qui attendait à une manière et qui on livre à souhait.
Festival bagay business festival c'est un bit qui est spécial pour Caraïbes là. So il décide Peace Festival Dominique c'est unique, il est différent parce que n'importe festival, il y a différents festivals, il y a Jazz Festival, il y a Saint Kitts Festival, mais Festival World Creole Music Festival c'est différent. So il décide pour descendre là de là ça pour faire étudier, study à ce festival là. Pour lui-même, ça voit comment le festival là est, comment le festival a passé, faire l'histoire du festival. Pour lui-même faire un petit papier, un petit dossier pour lui retourner à Trinidad, pour lui proposer ça, pour le festival la Dominique à sous calendrier pour ces gens-là étudier le festival la Dominique et pour découvrir la Dominique plus. Et ça c'était très important pour nous parce qu'il a descendu, il a fait 3 nuits ces différents festivals là et même qu'il a essayé de parler avec différents artistes qui ont participé à ce festival là. C'est un bel petit sujet pour la Dominique et un bel petit coup de main peut-être Dominique et puis festival là l'année là ça.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelles en créole pour à présent. Non moins, c'est McPherson Luce. Au revoir.
Coming up next, your tip of the day.
DOWASCO recognizes that clean water is vital to healthy living. Therefore, it spares no effort in providing a clean, safe, and reliable system. Help keep our rivers safe and clean. Do not cut trees along the river banks and do not pollute with garbage, human or animal feces, and chemicals. Think water, think life.
Garlic, onions, spring onions, and leeks all contain stuff that's good for you. A study at the Child's Health Institute in Cape Town found that eating raw garlic helped fight serious childhood infections.
Heat destroys these properties, so eat yours raw. Wash it down with fruit juice, or if you're a sissy, have it in a tablet form.
And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website at news.gov.dm.
Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. From all of us here on the GIS News Desk, I'm Kimani Saint-Jean.
And I'm Mervin. Thanks for watching and join us again next time on National Focus.